Hi everyone, this is Gail, and I am really happy to present you an amazing lady today. Her name is Christy Nichol, and I want to introduce you to her. Hi, Christy.
Hi, Gail. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I wanted to introduce her to you because she's amazing. She's a mindset coach, and we will talk more about how she got to start into her coaching business and how she got to charge premium prices, how she got to find her ideal client. But before we get started with that, Christy, could you tell us a little bit more about your story and tell us what you do?
Absolutely. So I am a mindset coach, and I work with women entrepreneurs who are exhausted and burnt out in their business, and because they're not taking care of themselves. And I teach them how to remove those mindset blocks so they can get back to taking care of themselves first and reignite their passion in their business. So yeah, totally. I was there. I've been there, done that.
Yeah.
I'm 10 years in business, and I've had a therapy practice. So I was a one-on-one working with clients. And, I was that gal way back in the day that I remember there was distinctly a day when I had my laptop with me while I went camping. And
I can't imagine. I already have a Wi-Fi issue in Mexico. I can't imagine camping.
Camping with a laptop. And there was a moment there when I realized, I was like, there has to be another way. There's no way I could sustain that level of working hard in my business and enjoy my life. And so I was pretty tired and burnt out, and I made some really positive changes. And now I teach other women how to start taking care of themselves and remove that guilt, and so that they can reignite that passion for what they do and really thrive.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that, because there's a lot of emotions going on with women, around self-care. Usually we are not good at taking care of ourselves. We put everybody first, right? And I'm sure you notice that into your clients. Put everybody else first, and then it's like, well, yeah, no wonder we have no more energy, or no wonder, I see a lot of my clients coming and they're like, well, I wake up in the morning and I don't have the joy to wake up in the morning anymore. Like, my business doesn't excite me. And so for me, as a business coach, it's really hard to get them to do the strategies and to grow their business if the emotional piece is not in check. So I'm really glad that, you're doing that for them, and you're helping them with the mindset, the emotional block that they have around that. That's so cool. Awesome.
Yeah, it's such a huge part.
Awesome. So tell us also, what was holding you back before we started working together, or like where are you coming from? I know there is some background with the business that you had before that was kind of like, getting you into that box, and you wanted to get out and do your own thing with coaching and having more freedom. So can you tell us more about that?
I totally can. So for me, partly in the model of business that I was in before, is very much what I'd call like time for dollars. So I work an hour with somebody, and there's a certain payment, and it's a certain structure within the context of the type of work that I was doing. But I just knew that, you spent a lot of time educating yourself and taking courses, and you have so much to offer people that goes beyond, you can bring so much to that hour, right?
Yeah.
But in a certain context of dollar for time, you can only, the mindset of people is you can only charge a certain amount.
Yeah.
And I knew that I wanted to grow my income and have a bigger impact with the people that I was working with. And so just through the content that you were providing, I started to realize that there was totally another way that I could deliver my services in a completely and unique and different way that actually was serving the clients more.
Yeah.
And because it was packaged as a sort of specialized program, I was really able to like stand in its value of what it was going to deliver and the results it was going to deliver.
Mm-hmm.
And therefore I was also able to generate the income that was able to.
Oops, my dear.
Oh, do you still have me?
Yeah, I still have you, my dear. You were saying it helped you to generate the income that you wanted, because I think, that's a really good point you're bringing, that the dollar for hour, you can be fully booked. And if you charge, $60 or $100 an hour, there's just so much money you can make, because, time is something that we all have like 24 hours. And probably, you couldn't go, like each time you would go camping or on trips, it's like, well, you're not making money during that time. So I hear you totally, like a lot of coaches think that they need to do pro bono clients, that they need to charge low at the beginning. But the thing that they don't realize is that they are just getting straight into a wall, because what you mentioned, burnout is at the end. And it's actually coming pretty fast, because you have some expenses, or you may have invested into a program, and now it's like, well, you need to reimburse that program, but never with the amount that you're charging you're going to be able to make it. So that's super, super important. Yeah. And for you to have a freedom as well, right, to have less clients, being able to serve them better, but to be able to also enjoy your life, like you were mentioning, like, really walking the talk of what you do and help women with.
Yes. No camping with computers. No more.
Awesome.
Yes.
And so before we started working together, so the price was a big thing, right? Getting out of the box and really realizing the value you're offering and how to say it. Can you tell us, like, the first time that you had to say that price on a sales call? Like, woohoo! That was a ride, right?
It was a total ride. And it was a total yes from the client, which was so exciting.
Awesome.
So, and that just came from that mindset shift that you gave me, and that we worked on together, so that I was able to see the value up front. So when this particular client, isn't it the way, in essence challenged a little bit on the value, I was able to completely stand behind it and explain why. And then it was a yes. So
that's awesome.
It was a wonderful moment.
Yeah, and so you were mentioning he actually challenged you on the price per hour, right? Right, the thing that you needed to work on. The universe is like, let me double check with you.
Totally. It's exactly what happened.
And you're like, well, yes, it's that much per hour, but this is the reason why. Yes.
And you taught me how to be able to do that.
That's awesome. Awesome, my dear. All right. And so now, we worked on to your ideal client as well. What has changed for you? What's the before, the after, the biggest lessons that you learned from working on that together?
Oh, yeah. Okay. So, I'm sure some of the people that you are watching this they know about ideal clients, and they know that they're supposed to have one.
Yeah.
And they know that there's an avatar that they can go through to try to figure that out. And I'd take a wild guess and say 50 to 70% of the people are stuck there because they don't know how to go through that process and get out of their head what they're thinking. And they don't know if they're making up 5 people or 1 person.
Yes. I can spot that usually, like I can really spot, like, wait a second, there's like 5 people in your answers right now. It's weird.
And so you were able to walk me through that process. Like, I had done it before in a previous, in the B School program, and I did, I did my best with that, but I never really nailed it down. And we went through a similar process together. And I did my best with filling it out, but the hour that we had together, honestly, that hour would have taken me another maybe year of struggle just trying to figure it out. just because, you know, I just didn't even want to do it, or I didn't know if I was doing it right, and in 1 hour, your just ability to, I could kind of like ramble stuff out of my mouth, and you'd mean like, oh, so you mean blah, 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 blah. And I'd be like, yes, it's exactly what I mean. So it was such a gift to get that, your insight, and just to get to the end of that hour and be like, I actually know who my ideal client is now.
It's articulated, and it's clear for you now.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, I've seen that more and more. Like, I think a lot of people know about, you know, you have to have an avatar and you have to have one person. And a lot of women are indeed struggling with, like, maybe they have 2 or 3. And so now we need to find what is the common thing with them, you know, and how to describe them. But I see also a lot of women who are burned out by past programs that didn't work, that had a similar, like you said, you know, a questionnaire, and it didn't work out. And so the thing was really interesting for me as well to see that, you know, you came with like half the questionnaire, and I was like, okay, I have half the answers. How am I going to do that? And the thing is, like, just by, I've done that so many times with ladies, you know, by talking to you and just grab and have this feeling for who is that person that you're trying to help, and knowing more about you, about your story. It was really powerful to actually in an hour just give you the missing piece, if you want, of like, well, what does she look like, and checking with you, of course, you know, is that correct or not? But that was very powerful. I agree with you totally.
So helpful.
So now you're clear on that. That's kind of a pretty big foundation, right, for your business, knowing clearly who you are targeting and how to speak to them. That's very big.
It's huge, because everything comes from that one person.
So how does it feel now that, you know, I know you've tried it with B-School. How does it feel now to have your ideal client completely squared and clear?
Totally. It's a relief. It's a huge relief just to finally be on the other side of that process, to not kind of be just still stuck in it, but that, you know, that icky feeling of not getting to the other side. So I feel really relieved and excited. I'm just excited because I know I have this foundation now that I get to build from.
Yeah, exactly. Now, you know, you can stack the offer, you can stack like your voice, your story, and then all of that is really like the trilogy of what's needed into a business to get started. Definitely. I have like many clients who have booked their first client just having like a concept about those 3. They don't even have a sales page ready, you know, but they have a concept in their head of what is their offer. And then when they go and interview ideal clients, because they know who are their ideal clients, they often just book a client out of this, because the people are like, well, we really want to have your program. So that's cool. And, you know, that's coming up for you, my dear, definitely.
Yes, totally. I know it. I feel it.
Awesome. All right. Do you have any other word of wisdom or anything else that you want to add before we wrap it up, my dear?
Yes, I would say don't do it alone. It takes so much longer. It's less inspiring. You get stuck in your own head. And it's just really a lot more fun to move forward quickly and to have things echoed back to you where it really feels affirmed in your body. You're like, yes, this is right. And so don't do it. Don't do it alone.
Yeah. And I would add also, you know, like, don't do it with like mindset luggage.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I would add that as well, because I know, you know, it's something that is so much easier. Like, the journey is so much easier when people really release the emotional background that's keeping them. I think, you know, I was just talking to the ladies of the Light Up Your Universe program this afternoon about that, about you need to be like, it's a beautiful journey, you know, like the journey of entrepreneurship is beautiful and self-discovery, but you need to be releasing anything that's weighting you down, anything that triggers you. And so the techniques and strategies that you use for that are absolutely so powerful and beautiful. That's really cool, my dear.
Awesome. Awesome.
So thank you so much for sharing this time and sharing what you learned and where you were in your story with us, my dear. I really, really appreciate this. And if you ladies are watching this and if you want to know, if maybe I can help you as well to fix wherever you're stuck into your business, feel free to go to gailluco.com/schedule now. And it will be, just a conversation where we see like, where are you at? Where do you want to go? And if I can get you there, if I can help you, I'll be happy to let you know. And if I can't, that's fine too. I will just tell you as well. All right. But just reach out and get the support that you need. Get kind of like an understanding of where you are and what it takes. That's definitely, definitely super important. And so thank you so much, my dear. I really appreciate your time together. Do you want to mention how people may be able to join you, or like your email address if they want to ask you more?
Yes. So you can follow me on Facebook. So Facebook.com/Christy Nichol Coach.
Okay.
Or go to ChristyNichol.com and then you can email me through the website.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you so much, my dear. So head over to Christy's Facebook page and website. And then if you need to get on a call with me, just apply for one at gailluco.com/schedule now. Thank you. Have a good day.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.